You are lying in bed, tapping a piece of glowing glass. With a single flick of your thumb, you send a video of a dancing cat to a friend halfway across the world. It takes less than a second. It feels like magic. We call it the cloud, as if human knowledge is floating weightlessly in the sky. But the cloud is a lie. The internet is not a cloud. It is a physical, heavy, incredibly fragile nervous system of wires. And 99% of all international data travels through cables resting in the dark, freezing mud at the bottom of the ocean. For the most part, this system works flawlessly, but there are a few terrifying bottlenecks on our planet. The most precarious is a narrow stretch of water called the Strait of Hormuz. It is the jugular vein of the Middle East, connecting Europe, Africa, and Asia. Now, imagine tensions boil over. What if, in a moment of panic or strategic warfare, a nation like Iran decided to drop a deep-sea submersible and simply snip those cables? What happens when the Earth's digital nervous system is severed? What if Iran cut the internet cables? To understand the sheer catastrophic panic this would cause, we have to look at how the internet actually works. Think of the internet like the plumbing in a massive global city. The data, your emails, bank transfers, and streaming movies, is the water. The cables at the bottom of the ocean are the main water mains. Inside these thick rubber tubes are strands of glass no thicker than a human hair. Lasers shoot light down these glass hairs, bouncing millions of a second, carrying binary code. But water needs to know where to go, so the internet uses something called BGP, the Border Gateway Protocol. BGP is like millions of tiny traffic cops directing the water down the fastest, least congested pipes. Under normal circumstances, if a shark bites a cable in the Atlantic or an anchor drops one in the Pacific, it's not a big deal. The BGP traffic cops just reroute the data. It takes a detour. But the Strait of Hormuz is different. It is a mega highway. Billions of people in India, the Middle East, and East Africa rely on this specific cluster of cables to talk to servers in Europe and the Americas. If you sever this bottleneck completely, you don't just create a detour, you create a dam. And then the flood begins. Let's look at the exact timeline of what happens the moment the cables are cut. Minute 1. The reroute panic. Instantly, the BGP traffic cops realize the route is dead. They panic and try to shove all the data meant for the Middle East and Asia through the remaining cables across the Pacific and through Russia. But those cables don't have enough capacity. They instantly clog. Suddenly, a user in Tokyo trying to access a site in London finds their data stuck in a massive global traffic jam. The internet doesn't just go down for the Middle East, the entire planet experiences brutal, grinding lag. Hour 1. The economic heart attack. You might think losing Instagram is annoying, but the real victim is the global economy. Modern banking is entirely digital. High-frequency trading algorithms buy and sell stocks in microseconds. With the cable severed, the SWIFT banking system stutters. Billions of dollars in international transfers freeze mid-air. ATMs in multiple countries stop dispensing cash because they can't ping the central service. Credit card machines go dark. You go to buy a coffee and your money simply does not exist. Day 1. The physical world breaks. By day 1, the digital crisis bleeds into the physical world. Modern supply chains are astonishingly fragile. Cargo ships floating in the Indian Ocean rely on continuous satellite-to-ground cable data to know which ports to enter. Factories in Asia waiting for parts from Europe don't receive their shipping manifests. Assembly lines halt. Refrigerated warehouses storing medicine lose connection to their central temperature monitoring service. Flights are grounded because international air traffic control databases cannot sync. Day 3. The Splinternet. If the cables remain cut, the internet begins to fracture. Countries cut off from the global spine try to rely on their internal localized servers. But most of the web's infrastructure, cloud hosting, security certificates, and login authentications are housed in massive data centers in Europe and the Americas. Without access to the outside world, local internets become ghostly, broken shells. It is a modern dark age. The hive mind of humanity is lobotomized. This sounds like the end of the world, a terrifying reminder that our advanced civilization is hanging by a literal thread. But humanity is incredibly stubborn. We don't just sit in the dark and cry, we fix things. And the process of fixing this would be one of the most spectacular engineering feats in history. Immediately after the cut, the unsung heroes of the modern world are deployed. Cable ships. These are massive, highly specialized vessels that look like floating factories. They would rush to the Strait of Hormuz. Because the water there is relatively shallow, they would drop remotely operated vehicles, underwater robots, to find the severed ends of the cables in the mud. The robot grabs the cables, brings them up to the surface ship, and human engineers in ultra-clean rooms painstakingly splice the microscopic glass hairs back together, one by one. It is like doing open-heart surgery on a rocking boat. But we wouldn't just fix it, we would evolve. A catastrophic event like this would trigger the ultimate digital immune response. To prevent it from ever happening again, humanity would rapidly accelerate the deployment of mesh networks and space-based internet. Constellations of thousands of low Earth orbit satellites beaming data via lasers through the vacuum of space would become the new, uncuttable backbone of human communication. We often take our reality for granted until it breaks. The fact that you can watch this video right now means that millions of miles of invisible glass hairs are working in perfect harmony beneath the crushing weight of the ocean. Yes, our digital world is fragile. A single act of sabotage in a narrow strait could send us spiraling into chaos. But this vulnerability is just the growing pains of a young planetary species. Every time the network breaks, we learn to build it stronger. We're slowly transforming from a collection of isolated islands into a single, unified planetary organism. And organisms don't die when they get a cut. They heal, and they leave a scar that is tougher than the skin around it. What do you think? If the global internet went down for a week, what is the very first thing in your life that would break? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to keep exploring the terrifying and wonderful systems that run our future, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the future.